What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Rev and Step. Today I wanted to talk to you about why I purchased the mk7 GTI and what led me to buying one. Actually, I think it's an interesting story because I bought the mk7 GTI without even test driving one. The first time I drove or test drove the GTI was when I actually signed out the paperwork, and before I was able to pick it up, they let me test drive one. So I pretty much bought it without test driving the car. So what led me to that decision? What actually made me go into a dealership, say I want to buy this car, the one that you have on your lot, and I'm ready to sign the papers without even test driving one. So when I was very young, one of my friends, he purchased a Mark III GTI, and it was souped up. It had some nice wheels, some suspension work done. It was a really nice car. So he took me for a drive in it, and I instantly fell in love with it. I mean, it was just beautiful. It handled amazing. It had the speed for that age. It was pretty quick, and I just wanted one, but I could never afford one. I went throughout the years. The GTIs kind of went downhill a little bit. I didn't like any of them. Like, I didn't like the Mark IV, the Mark V. Now the Mark VI I really liked, but again, it was very expensive. So going back 2 years ago is when I saw the commercial for the mk7 GTI, and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the looks of the car, I fell in love with the performance of the car, and so on. So I said, right then and there when I saw the first commercial, I said I will have one day. So what actions led me to buying the GTI? I was looking for some performance cars, like especially hatchback performance cars, and I went to test drive the Ford Fiesta ST because it had great reviews. When I went to the dealership, they didn't really take me seriously. They had one car on the lot, but they didn't let me test drive it because apparently it was accounted for, which I don't think was the case. It was towards their closing time, and they didn't take me seriously as to like I wanted to buy a car. So I left my requirements with the salesperson, and he said he would call me back when he finds a specific model, and he never did. So 2 months passed, and I finally decided that I can afford the mk7 GTI. So I went to VW dealership. It was on the 31st of January. So 31st of January 2015. So I went to the dealership, and they were just pushing the sale. I wanted a white GTI with a DSG transmission, and what they had on the lot was a black manual performance pack with a lighting package, and I wanted the performance pack as well. I didn't want to get a manual because I knew it didn't perform as well as the DSG. I knew the DSG can switch gears faster than the regular person could. So I said, okay, well, let me think about it. I went back and forth with them. They gave me a really good discount on the price. They threw in a free iPad, whatever. They just wanted to make the sale that day because it was the 31st. So I went back and forth, and eventually I bought the GTI. I had my issues with it. There was some kind of a sensor that went bad, and there's a bunch of other issues. So I eventually requested for them to get me a new car. I just pretty much contacted VW and I said, hey, I just want a new car. And they were so generous. Everything worked out perfect. I was able to change the color of the car. I was able to get the DSG, and also they threw in the DCC for free, which was great. So throughout that, I'm very happy with VW. They did great. They were able to help me with whatever I wanted. So what were the reasons? Why did I pick up the mk7 GTI? Why did I just buy it without even test driving one? I read a lot of reviews. I saw it won Car of the Year. By winning Car of the Year, that means a lot. It means a lot of professional people have tested the car, and they all agreed to the same thing, that it's a great car to have. I also wanted a hatchback. My childhood memories kind of wanted me to get a GTI as well. So I wanted a hatchback, and I wanted a car that could perform. At that point, I didn't know the tuning abilities of the car and how much power you can get just from regular tunes, but I kind of had an idea. The other reasons was the performance package. I love the idea of the performance package. I love the idea of bigger brakes, and the lighting package just looked great. And the car overall, it looks timeless. It seems like this style of the car, it's going to be around for a while, and it's going to stay pretty. We can see the Mark 6 GTIs. They still look beautiful to me. I still would love to have one. So what are the other reasons that I bought the mk7 GTI? It was in the price range that I could afford. Overall, it beat the Fiesta or the Focus, performance-wise, looks-wise too, and the interior is just great. And again, in this price range, yes, I could have gotten a WRX, but again, the interior is not that great. I could have gotten a Focus ST, again, the interior is not that great, performance not that great either. I mean, overall, and this car seems like it handles really good. Yes, the Fiesta ST might handle better because it's a lighter car and it's more nimble, but it's not as fast, and you can't get the same performance out of the Fiesta ST that you can get out of the GTI. So these are the reasons why I bought this car. Again, I walked into the dealership, I said I want to buy this car, and 2 or 3 hours later, it all worked out. Do I regret this decision about just walking into a dealership, buying a car without test driving it? No, not at all. Again, I wasn't too keen on buying the Focus ST or the Fiesta ST. The inside wasn't as refined, and I didn't really like the look that much on the outside of those cars. I think the GTI was just perfect. It had everything. It looked sophisticated, and the interior is beautiful. So am I happy with my choice? And again, the main thing is, why did I buy the mk7 GTI? The main reason is because I knew I'm gonna get a good performance out of it, and also I love the car. I love the way the car looked, and I knew it was gonna be a performer. GTIs tend to be really nice cars when it comes to performance, especially the hot hatch segment. Am I happy with my choice? I really am happy with my choice. I purchased the JB1 Tune, if you guys can tell by the previous videos that I've uploaded, and the car performs. The car just moves. The handling of the car, I push the car to its limits sometimes when I go for some spirited driving, and it never disappoints. It stays flat on the road. It's beautiful. I mean, it's just amazing. None of my previous cars have performed that, and I've had some decent cars. My previous car was an all-wheel drive Volvo S40. Yes, it's not a sports car, but it was a smaller car with all-wheel drive, and it handled really well too. This car handles just as good. The only problem I would say is the traction from lower gears, like the first and second gear, but overall the car performs very well. So that's my story. That's how I got an mk7 GTI. That's why I'm pretty happy with my choice too. I believe I made a good decision just going in and buying the car. The channel is growing slowly. We just reached 100 subscribers, which is amazing. I never thought I would be able to go that far for such a short amount of time. So again, thank you guys. Please smash the like button, please subscribe, and I'll see you later.